I say to you, you got goals and dreams, you're going through some tough times right now. Won't cost you nothing. Go on YouTube, find everything that I have recorded, and watch it every day, hours on end. It will change your life. It will change your life. It will teach you how to become successful. It's easier now to become successful than ever before. I want everybody to think about some goals and dreams that you'd like to achieve. You represent a small number. It's a small number of people that would take the time to carve out some time to hear something that can help them to live their dreams, to become a better person, to make a difference in their community, to be able to stretch themselves and to challenge themselves. Listen to me. Listen to me. You can design a life that you can be proud of, where you're making money doing what you love to do, earning the kind of money that you deserve. If you spend time saturating your mind with positive material, stay away from people whose negative conversations can affect your attitude about yourself, and spend some time learning something. What is it you know today that you did not know yesterday? So this is the time that you want to, one, put things in your mind that will expand your mind, that will increase your belief in yourself, that will give you mental resiliency. And two, you want to secure your own future. You got to create yourself. You got to create your own job. You got to look at yourself and say, what is it I want to do? What talents, abilities that I have, and if you don't have any, go to the library, go or Google something. This is your time. Make it a discipline. Dedicate yourself. Give yourself homework to work on your mind, to work on your health, to declutter your life, to clean your life up, to clean up your conversation, to start reading a minimum of 20 to 30 pages of something positive every day. So you're choosing to do something positive. You're choosing to expose your mind to something that can stretch your mind and enhance your mind. At this stage of my life, and I look at people who I knew had great potential. I knew they were intelligent. Saw a guy that spent many years in jail. He was smart. I used to copy off his paper. Had it not been for him, I wouldn't have gotten out of school. I copied off his paper. But he was dumb. He hung around losers. He was dumb. He always found himself with the wrong people in the wrong place at the wrong time. And there are a lot of people doing that right now. Start being selective of who you give your time to. Ask the question, what value is this person bringing to me? Am I growing mentally, emotionally, spiritually, intellectually? Most people are spectators. They spend the majority of their time watching entertainment, sporting events, television. That's what the majority of people do. The majority of people spend their time and their money on things that provide for them relief from their life, stress. They look for distractions. A friend of mine, Mike Sims, he did something for a year, and he said it changed his life. Because he earned his first million at 26. And I said, well, how did you change your life? He said, man, for 1 year, I never turned on television. And I said, you didn't watch television? He says, no. I didn't watch the news. I said, how'd you find out what was going on? He said, people told me. And I wasn't even interested. He said, I have enough problems of my own. Why should I watch other people's problems? He said, and it changed his life. But who have imprisoned themselves by surrounding themselves with do-nothing, energy-draining people. If you have a positive mindset, if you're looking for ways to improve yourself, and if you stay away from negative, energy-draining people who have no goals and no dreams, I believe, each one of you listening to me right now, listen to me, that there's something in you that attracted you to my voice. And that something in you, I call that your higher consciousness. There's a presence in you, that inner man, that inner woman, that knows that you can do more, that you can have more, that you can achieve more. And that if you honor that still small voice within you and continue to saturate your mind with positive things, continue to look for people with talents, abilities, and skills, and surround yourself with people that you can learn from, people that you can grow from, and set for yourself big goals and dreams. There's some power in pursuit of a dream. When you are pursuing a dream, you develop confidence, you develop skills, you develop new relationships, you develop resources. And as we learn, as we grow and expand, you discover things you can do that you don't even realize right now. Most people fail in life not because they aim too high and miss. Most people fail in life because they aim too low and hit. I did that for many years. I didn't think I can do what I'm doing. There are things you can do that you don't know, and you've got to challenge yourself. Well, I tried some things and they didn't work out. So what? You will fail your way to success. Walter P. Chrysler failed in the automobile industry 42 times, but my God, look what happened to 43. You will fail your way to success. As her friend threw her father's ashes in the wind, and the wind blew the ashes, she said what grabbed her and moved her so deeply was, as the ashes disappeared, it was as if her friend's father never existed, because he didn't live a life of contribution. He didn't have any projects that he was working on that would make a difference. He didn't build relationships with people that could have helped him do some of the things that he was sent here to do. No one was there to witness the throwing of his ashes but his daughter and a stranger. Most people go through life like that. They die unlived lives. And I believe there's something in you that's causing you to hear my voice. Something in you that says, I want to live. See, it's one thing to survive, but what it takes to live and what it takes to survive is two different things. Most people in survival mode are caught up in weapons of mass distraction. So, my message to you, and you already know it, fill your head with words that can empower you. See, if you turn off the television and turn up your life, if you let go of negative people who are filling your head with head trash, and you focus your time and energy on developing another skill, you'll be surprised at what you can do. You have greatness within you. Challenge yourself, push yourself, surround yourself with people who have goals and dreams, mastermind and encourage and inspire each other. And you will develop a strategy and a synergy to do more than you can ever begin to imagine. You have something special. You have greatness within you. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
He said, when life can no longer threaten you with death, he said, what else is there? What else is there? And the majority of the fears that we have are not life or death fears. They're not those kind of fears. But through our imagination, we blow them out of proportion and we give them more power than they actually have or deserve, and we permit them to govern our lives. We permit them to determine how far we can stretch out on our dreams and discovering our stuff. And as we begin to look at ourselves and begin to, wait a minute, just getting to the point as you assess yourself and begin to prove yourself and just say, wait, hold a minute. I've been sweating this out. What's the worst thing that can happen to me on this? Will it kill me? Will I die? Why am I going through all of these changes over this? How much power does this really have? And am I the one that's feeding the power into it? You can either live your dreams or live your fears. And I think the majority of people actually are not living their dreams, but are living their fears. So I want to ask you a question. What are your fears? What are you afraid of? What are you scared of? Because we all have fears, don't we? We all have something that's blocking us, that's holding us back. And as we begin to look at life, what we realize is that the reason that most people are not living out their true potential, are not doing all of the things that they would really like to do, is because of fear. What are the things that you fear that's been keeping you from living your dream? That's been keeping you from doing some things that you would like to do? Just think about those things. And how do we begin to handle that? Abraham Maslow said that the life is about growth. And he said, you can either go back to your comfort zone, and there you won't find any growth, or you must be willing to go forward and face your fears again and again and again. Because you're never going to have a fear-free existence. I mean, some fear is acceptable and legitimate. There are some things that you really should be afraid of. Now, you shouldn't allow it to immobilize you. You acknowledge it, you take it into account, and you carry yourself accordingly. There are times that we should proceed with caution. But it's the difference between being stopped by fear. It's the difference between having a fear and the fear having you. So deciding as you look at your life, as you look into the future and say, what fears am I holding on to? What fears that I'm allowing to imprison me, that's keeping me from breaking out, that's keeping me from living up to my true potential, that's keeping me from really being happy, that's keeping me from having a sense of adventure and excitement in my life? What's keeping me from controlling my destiny? What fears that I'm giving that permission to? Notice what I said, that we must give our permission to fear to immobilize us. Because whatever discomfort you experience, whatever challenges or difficulty that it is, you got to handle it. You got to go up in there and wrestle with it. Will it be easy? No. Will it be challenging? Yes. A friend of mine who's going into recovery. He's been addicted to crack cocaine for years and alcohol. And he was talking about how challenging it was and why he was dreading going into cold turkey. I said, What do you want me to tell you? That it's going to be a picnic? No, it's not. It's going to kick your butt? Yes, it is. Are you going to want to die? Yes, that's a part of it. But that's just what you must go through in order to get where you want to go. And guess what? You are strong enough to do it. You're strong enough, and your life is worth whatever you have to go through to get past this addiction. Whatever you have to do. This dream you got, whatever you want to do, will it be easy to just run out there and do it? No. Will it happen overnight? No. Will it be a struggle? Yes. Will there be times when you can't make ends meet? Yes, that's a part of it. Will there be times you won't know what to do? Yes, that's a part of it. See, when you are not filling your life with the things that you are capable of doing, see, we all have some stuff that we've been given. And I don't think that it's optional for us to sit on what we have. See, if you're sitting on what you have, what you've been given, and I think everybody's been given something to bring to the planet, that only you can do that, only you can perform that, only you can initiate that activity. And if you don't do that, if you're not filling in your life with your life work or your mission, then there are gaps in your life. And what we do when we're not living out our true identity, we begin to fill the gaps. We fill the holes with garbage, alcohol, drugs, worry, self-destructive behavior. So when you begin to look at your life and you know that you're not doing what you can do because you have allowed yourself to be held captive by your fears. Now, when you don't have a true appreciation and acceptance for who you are, and you allow yourself to be immobilized by fear, what happens in the process is that you begin to abuse yourself. You begin to sabotage your life, you begin to sabotage your dreams, you begin to unconsciously work against yourself. You become your own worst enemy. So what do you do about that? Well, you begin to realize that your dream and your gifts have so much meaning and so much value for you till your hunger for them will begin to push you past the fear. Your hunger to have them will give you a special drive. As you work on yourself, as you begin to acknowledge your true identity, true power that you have, the true capacity you have to bring about change, the miracle-working power that you have within yourself to do the things that you want to do. But there's some people, because of their personality, because of their contribution, because of the investment of their time and their energy and the impact they have there, that when they go, everybody will miss them. So when Mother Teresa checks out, everybody will know. When Rosa Parks, everybody will know. Nelson Mandela, everybody will know. Why? Because of their contribution. See, but there's some people, because their contribution is so small, no one will care. So I'm saying, before you are boxed and buried, decide that you're going to box and bury your fears. Decide that you're going to begin to live life on a new level, seeking out new horizons, that you're going to find more love and more joy and more ways to give more to life. We go through life really blocking ourselves constantly, and fear is one of the greatest instruments that we could use to stifle our true potential. When you begin to look at your life, you can decide to use fear as a blocker, or you can decide to use it as building blocks. But you decide, hey, look here, I'm going to move in this direction. I'm not going to allow anything to stop me from doing what I want to do. Now, life is too short for that. Too short and unpredictable, moseying through. Not trying to disturb anything, not trying to shake anything up, not trying to make any waves. You see, there are some people who come through the universe, and their level of contribution and the level of energy they manifest is so small, so inconspicuous, That when they go, you won't even know they left. Everything a man does for himself, guess what? He takes with him. But everything he does for others, he leaves behind. So when you begin to say, what is it that I want to leave? What contribution that I want to begin to make? What difference do I want to make in life? What is it that I want to do with the rest of the life that I have left? What chances I need to take? What risks do I need to begin to embrace? What fears do I need to step on? What areas of my life am I dead right now? What dreams? You can either live your dreams or live your fears. You have got to get to a point where you say, I'm sick and tired of living like this. There's got to be more. That's when people go out and strike out on their dreams. That's when people get out of relationships where they're dying together rather than growing together. The impulse to dream has been slowly beaten out of me through the experience of life. And most people, ladies and gentlemen, have stopped living their dreams because of the lessons they've learned from life or things they've picked up, because we've only been born with two fears: the fear of a loud sound or the fear of falling. And all the other fears are fears we learn, fears we pick up. Whatever you're scared of, your life, the value you brought to the planet, far more important than whatever you're afraid of. You're stronger. So as we begin to look toward the future and look at what will it take for us to break through those fears, one, acknowledging the fear, knowing it's all right, some fear is healthy. Beginning to know that your dreams, your passions, your drive to achieve whatever it is you want, as it has more power and meaning, it will move you past your fears. As you begin to feel that you deserve it, your passion and goal is so strong, the fears won't matter. As you begin to trust yourself and put yourself in the situation where you have to make it happen, you will make it happen. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't believe this. I know this from my own life experience. I know that you've got greatness within you. I know that you have unlimited potential in you. I know that you have something to give to the universe. I think it was Joe Frazier who said this one. He says, all of us are like the blind man at some point in our lives standing on the corner, waiting for somebody to lead us across. See, all of us at some point in our lives need some help, need someone to reach out to us, to throw out the lifeline, to help us go across some treacherous waters that we couldn't navigate by ourselves. None of us do it by ourselves. All of us at some point in our lives. We need that kind of help. We need that kind of assistance, because we grow from the people we have in our lives that can enrich our lives personally, professionally, spiritually, and all the dimensions of our lives. We don't grow in a vacuum. So as you look at yourself, what are the fears you have that maybe you need some help in strengthening yourself in that area? As you assess your strengths and your weaknesses, as you begin to improve yourself and your passions and your dreams and your goals and the things that you want, if you decide to experience all of your true potential, as you decide to manifest all of your greatness, as you decide, wait a minute, what else is available to me out here if I decided to experience the fear of rejection, the fear of no, the fear of failure, the fear of standing by myself? What else is available? Of taking a chance, a fear of losing it all. What else is available to me that will bring some extra meaning and value? The fear of people not liking me. You know how many people do things they don't want to do because they want everybody to like them? Accept yourself, then you accept the fear as a fact and not a force. See, when you accept yourself and you accept fear as a fact, that means that it's something that happens, it's something that you're going to experience, but it is not a force to hold you back. It doesn't have any special power other than that you give it. So you accept the fact that you are afraid, and then you move on anyhow. You can have fears, Don't surrender. Don't let your fears have you. You're more than capable of making this your decade. It's time to break out and play a bigger game. I want to leave this with you. My mother used to love this, and I dedicate this to you and the dreamer in you. Leslie, say that thing for me, boy, that makes me feel good. It says simply this: if you want a thing bad enough to go out and fight for it, to work day and night for it, to give up your time, your peace, and your sleep for it, if all that you dream and scheme is about it, and life seems useless and worthless without it, and if you gladly sweat for it and fret for it and plan for it, and lose all your terror of the opposition for it, but if you simply go after that thing that you want with all of your capacity, strength and sagacity, faith, hope, and confidence, and stern pertinacity, if neither cold, poverty, famine, or gold, sickness or pain of body and brain can keep you away from the thing that you want, dogged and grim, you besiege and beset it, you'll get it. Have somebody in your life, develop a relationship with someone who can see what you can't see. And the reason that most of us can't see our greatness is because you can't see the picture when you're in the frame. You need somebody with you. You need an Angelo Dundee who's in the corner of Muhammad Ali, who said, "I'm the greatest," but every bout that he won a championship, Angelo Dundee was in his corner. Michael Jordan was called one of the greatest basketball players of all time, but he never won a championship until Phil Jackson showed up. There's some people that can pull some stuff out of you that you cannot pull out of yourself. This is why I have lived and what I've learned, and how the way in which you can access your greatness. And what I realize is that information won't do it. Information won't do it. So the ideal situation for a man or woman to die, to have family members praying with them as they cross over. He said, but imagine, if you will, being on your deathbed, standing around your bed, the ghost of the dreams, the ideas, the abilities, the talents given to you by life, but you, for whatever reason, you never pursued those dreams. You never acted on those ideas. You never used those gifts. We never heard your voice. And there they are standing around your bed looking at you with large angry eyes saying, we came to you, and only you could have given us life. But now we must die with you forever. And the question is, if you died today, what dreams, what ideas, what gifts, what talents, what books, what voice, what stories will die with you? It's not in the Far East where there's oil in the ground. It's not in South Africa where there are diamond mines. It's at the wealthiest place on the planet. It's the cemetery, because there you'll find potential never realized. There you'll find dreams that never become a reality. There you'll find voices of leadership that the world never heard from. What if you live your whole life only to discover that it was wrong? That it was wrong. That you live your whole life playing small. God had so much more in store for you. Maybe that's why Henry David Thoreau said, oh God, to reach the point of death only to realize that you've never lived, that you've never scraped the surface of your potential. I know you've done things that you feel good about and that you're proud of, but I can tell you, you have so much more in you. You have so much more in you than you can ever begin to imagine. Look at a man the way that he is, he only becomes worse. but look at him as if he were what he could be, then he becomes what he should be. Who are you? What do you have? And why should I care? Can do better. All of us can have more. All of us can create more and leave a mark. We don't get paid by the hour. We get paid for the value we bring to the hour. And so what he did was he held himself accountable and he made a decision to do something different with his life. When you're ready to change your life, 99 and a half won't do it. In order to reach your goals and live your dream, you got to make a radical change in who you are. If you do what is easy, that's coming up with excuses, giving yourself a pass. If you do what is easy, your life will be hard. But if you do what is hard, your life will be easy. People that are hungry are willing to do the things today others won't do in order to have the things tomorrow others won't have. You're hungry for a new life. There's something in you that says, I want to play a bigger game. There's something in you that says, there's got to be more. There's something in each and every one of you that waits and listens to the voice of the genuine in yourself. It will be perhaps the only guide you will ever have. And if you cannot hear it, all of your life, your days will be spent on the ends of strings that somebody else pulls. And the reason that you're here is because you are going to pull your own strings. The reason that you're here, there's something about you that knows this is not it for me. I want to play a bigger game. The reason that you're here is because you are not willing to settle. The reason that you're here, that being in this energy and around people that are pursuing their greatness, you have something special. You have greatness within you. You have to have a mindset that I'm going to access my greatness, and that's why you're here.
The quarterback, Wilson, said his father said to him, why not you? Why not you? You should be successful. People are going to be successful. Somebody's going to win the Super Bowl. Why not you? And I say to you that there are people who have lost their jobs, who've got behind on their bills, who've gone through the embarrassment and the shame of bankruptcy and foreclosure, and yet and still they did not give up. They kept on fighting to get back to the top, and they did. Why not you? There are people that a doctor looked at them and said, you're terminally ill. You've got 3 months to live, and years later, they're still here. Why not you? There are people who have lost everything, who've been down on their luck, and they didn't have 2 dimes to roll together, but yet and still, they didn't allow their circumstances and the situation of where they were to define their future, and they pulled it out. Why not you? Why not you? Life every day to all of us is a Super Bowl. Somebody's going to win. Why not you? Why not you live from your dream?Hy not you decide that I'm going to control my destiny? Why not you decide I'm going to live a legacy rather than liability? Why not you decide I'm going to make my life count? Why not you? Live each day as if it were your last, because someday it will. I believe as we look at ourselves and look at our gifts and look at our dreams that we have a gift. We have something. We have gifts, the things that we are supposed to do. And as we begin to look at ourselves and look into the future, look at where we are right now, that what will your legacy be? Whose life will you touch? Whose life will you change? A few can touch the magic string and fame is proud to win them. Alas for those that never sing, but die with their music in them. At last, for those that never sing, but die with their music still in them.